What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. First and foremost, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. We are in the last stretch of October, and we got to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. They're the team we're going to rebuild today. Now, it's obviously very early in the season, but two of their losses have come to some teams that are projected to be quite bad, especially Brooklyn, obviously. They did beat a Philadelphia 76ers team without Paul George and Embiid, of course, but starting 1 and 2, no need to overreact or anything, but, since we don't really have much else to talk about, let's rebuild the Milwaukee Bucks in 2K25 after a brutal loss last night to the Brooklyn Nets. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Of course, 2K has Milwaukee as the power ranking number 1st overall. So 2K is pretty high on Milwaukee at this point. Let's take a look at the rotation. You got Damian Lillard. Of course, Middleton has not been healthy. That's definitely not helped them, of course. But you have Damian Lillard, Gary Trent Jr., Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, DeLon Wright, Taurean Prince, and Pat Connaughton. As we all know, this team doesn't have a lot of assets to their disposal as well. They've made trades for Drew Holiday. They obviously got Damian Lillard. So they've made some moves that have, kind of hindered their assets a little bit. But I do think there's still some things that Milwaukee should attempt to do. If they can, they'll try to pull something off. I don't know if it'll be executed well or if they'll be able to do it. But, things could also just turn around on their own and maybe they don't need to do anything. But I'm going to go ahead and submit to the end of year number 1. We're going to change the proficiency 100% too. We don't need to be a post-centric system. That's something we're not going to do. And we can just move it to a balanced system. And if I do stop at the trade deadline, which I think there is a chance we should, to see if we can maybe move Brook Lopez for an upgrade at the center position or something along the lines of that. But the goal, of course, is to get Damian Lillard and Giannis a championship in Milwaukee. We need to get these two a ring. Giannis already has one to his name. I got to get my boy Dame. Obviously, most of you guys know he's my favorite player of all time. We got to get him a ring. So that's my goal today. Hopefully we can do that before they age too drastically. But let's go ahead and simulate year 1. If I stop at the deadline, of course, I will show you what we're doing there. Today's video is brought to you by two softwares designed to help you beat the sports books and become a much profitable sports bettor. Start I Daily Grind Fantasy's Optimizer. So if you plan apps such as Prize Picks, Underdog, or any of these popular DFS apps, having a tool like this is insanely clutch to have. As you can see, we have some value on Zach LaVine's PRA on Prize Picks right now because there are some books listing this at 29.5, which is a clear discrepancy. That's a 1.5 value, which is something I don't see very often. Now, I will say, the market is a little split. You got some at 27.5. So you're just kind of getting the middle number here. So honestly, I'd probably go, if you could. Well, I guess if you're only on Prize Picks, this still isn't a terrible number. But, if you were on BetMGM or something, there's 27.5 minus 130 juice. But some books, sharp books Bet Online has it 29.5. So clearly the market's split on LaVine's value right now, but it is value nonetheless, which is why we love this and why we found it here. Got Bam Adebayo's over rebounds. Everyone, one book even has this at 10, but every single book is heavily favoring him to go over 9.5 rebounds. Under on Giannis, and then under on Jaylen Brown's PRA. So a lot of value on the board at the moment. You're just looking at the data. You don't think with your gut or what do you think is going to happen. That's not how you want to sports bet. You want to go with your gut, and this is why Daily Grind Fantasy, or you don't want to go with your gut. Daily Grind Fantasy is here to give you data and math instead of just betting with your emotions. Then we go to OddsJam's positive EV tool. Unfortunately, I don't have anything popping up right now, but probably because of my filters. We go to recommended. We got George Pickens over a touchdown tonight at plus 200 over on FanDuel, 9% EV percentage. As you can see, ESPN Bet has us at plus 125. Pinnacle's at plus 179. Clear value on FanDuel here. You could even do this at BetMGM, of course, as well. But yeah, clear value on Pickens over a touchdown. So if you want to check out either of these tools, links are down in the description below. You get a percentage off your first month when you use code Crushables. And of course, last but not least, make sure to check out Prize Picks as well. They give you $5, or they give you $50 instantly when you play $5. Use my code to take advantage of that. Other than that, get back to the video. So we are going to make one trade here at the deadline, and while this doesn't make sense fit-wise, it will make sense in the 2K simulation. Clint Capella is just so much better than Brook Lopez in 2K sim, which is why we're going to do this. I think we'll have more success with Capella as our 5 rather than Brook Lopez. We're trading Chris Livingston and Brook Lopez to get Capella here. Now, again, Brook Lopez, obviously a much better fit with what Milwaukee has going on right now, but the fact that he doesn't rebound the ball and he's getting older, Clint Capella will at least be a little bit good for us for about, a few years. So I think this is an easy trade, no-brainer. So we're going to do this trade with Atlanta. They're getting a young player in Chris Livingston for this. We get Capella out of it. So yeah, I'm going to do that trade. We're 26-24 on the season right now, which is why I felt like we needed to make a move. So that's a good start. I think Capella, and again, it's not a massive upgrade by any means, but I think you guys all can probably tell and all probably know that Capella in 2K Sim is pretty damn good. So I think I'm banking on him actually working out for us. But that's the first trade we'll make. If I can make another one, I'll show you. If not, I'll see you guys at the end of season number 1. So we actually do have one more trade here. We're going to be making this trade to the Clippers. We're going to be sending Pat Connaughton and AJ Green for Terrence Mann. They want to give me Kobe Brown, but I think Kobe Brown's throw-in's a little weird in this trade. Now, they do have to throw in one player in here. Let's maybe make it Mo Bamba. I feel like that just makes a little bit more sense. I think Kobe Brown is someone they should probably keep. But yeah, obviously, if the Bucks were doing this, they're probably like headed towards kind of like a rebuild, and they don't want to trade, or they don't want to pay Terrence Mann. They extended him. They don't want to have to deal with his contract or something. So maybe that's like the scenario they're in. They want Marjon Beauchamp. They'll give me Kobe Brown. I'd rather keep Marjon if I'm honest with you. I have no seconds at all to trade. Wow. So do we just have to go to the original trade? I don't love it for, I mean, again, I don't love it for Clippers to trade Kobe Brown like that. But at the end of the day, I think Terrence Mann would help us out a ton. So we are going to go ahead and do this trade. So let's make that happen again. And we could get Caleb Martin as well. But I do think it makes sense for the 76ers to hold on him. While the Clippers could, in theory, be bad at the deadline. So we're going to go ahead and make the trade happen. So just like that, Terrence Mann is going to be the new addition here in Milwaukee. I really like that a lot for us. So now your rotation is going to look like this. So 2 additions at the trade deadline. Don't know if that's going to make like all the difference in the world. Don't get me wrong, but I do think it should help out a little bit. Hopefully that turns our season around a little tad bit. On that, I'll see you guys at the end of year number 1 for sure now. So at the end of year number 1, we do avoid the play-in, but we're the 6th in the East, which is obviously not something we want to be. We don't want to be the 6th. We want to be higher than that. Milwaukee, All-NBA first team for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Does Damian Lillard make one? It doesn't look like it. So here's offensive first team and all defensive second team. Of course, Giannis makes it, which is great. But yeah, 6th in the East. We'll see if that turns into anything further than that. We get Indiana round 1, which obviously the Pacers were a problem last year for the Bucks, and now we'll say Giannis didn't play in that series, of course, as we all know. But you had 31 from Giannis, 26 from Dame, 6.5 from Middleton, and 14 from Bobby Portis, 10 from Gary Trent, and then 8 and 10 from Clint Capella, and then 6 from Terrence Mann off the bench. Okay, so here goes nothing. We're going to be, do we need to take him out of the rotation? No. I think this is a full 9-man rotation for the playoffs. I like it. So Indiana is going to be interesting because obviously Indiana is a very good team in the East, and not sure we'll be able to beat them. Obviously, the hope is that we can. Losing in round 1 would be pretty disastrous if you're Milwaukee, losing to the Pacers 2 years in a row. This time you're healthy, so no excuses. And 2K has us in an even series so far. Okay. Well, let's see if we can win Game 5 to take an advantage in this series. We have to do this in Indiana. Let's see if we can get this one done. Now, this is going to be a close one. We've been on their ankles, but we haven't had the lead all game. And they're going to hang on to it the whole game. We lose by 7 there. We have to go home to Milwaukee in a Game 6 and force a Game 7. Can we do it is the question. It's looking decent right now, but it is a close game. We had it for a second, but now we're down 7 with 1:30 left. Not looking good for us, and I think we might be going home in round 1 again, maybe. Yep, we are. So we lose in round 1 again to the Pacers, which obviously for Milwaukee, that is probably doomsday scenario. It's not great. Does not feel good for that to happen. Like, there'd be so much talks of Giannis would request a trade. Is Milwaukee done for? Do they need to trade everybody? Do they need to blow it up? Like, there'd be so many questions. Maybe Dame and Giannis doesn't work. So many different things you could do. But I think the first step to this process, which is something they probably shouldn't have ever done to begin with, is fire Doc Rivers. Like, you got to fire him. So that's where we'll start with this. So Doc Rivers, thank you for your time, but you are gone. So we got to fire. You got to make somebody accountable based off what we just saw. We got like Taylor Jenkins and Will Hardy, or not Chauncey, sorry, Brian Keefe. But so there's some good options here. I'm going to go for Jenkins to start things off. I'm going to offer Will Hardy, of course, as well. We're going to try to go for Mr. Brian Keefe, and those will be our offers, and we'll see which one accepts our offer, and that's what we'll roll with. Or you could take Fernandez as well. We're not going for dead. Is there anybody else that might be interesting to ask? No, I think that's good. So I'm going to just offer Brian Keefe. Hopefully get one of the top 2 options that I was looking at. So we can get Will Hardy. We can get Taylor Jenkins. I will go with Will Hardy. Or do I go with Taylor Jenkins? You know what? Let's go Taylor Jenkins. Let's go Taylor Jenkins. He's just got a little bit better stars, I guess. So that's what we'll roll with. Jenkins is a new head coach of Milwaukee, which I like a lot. That's the new change so far. And, of course, we'll try to make other changes as well. Middleton's a free agent, which already has a player option, which I assume he'll accept. But that's probably one player that we could look to trade this offseason. I don't even know if we have a draft pick at all. Let's see. Do we have one? Nope. No picks. So, player options. Let's go take a look. We got, so Middleton declines, which makes things interesting. We'll accept both of these. Qualifying offers. These guys are free agents, but I'm not worried about them, obviously. So, Middleton and Gary Trent are free agents, which actually gives me the bird rights on Gary Trent, which is kind of clutch, because I feel like in previous 2Ks, that was not the case. And the Capella, we got to resign as well. And we will resign Middleton as well. But one thing I am curious in is if we sign Middleton back, if we sign and trade him, which I think is going to be the goal here. So we're going to sign and trade Chris Middleton and see what that nets us. I'm not looking for anything in particular. I'm just going to see what the best offer is for Chris Middleton to make some type of change here, along with our head coach. So I think I'm going to be doing this trade with the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to get Chris Middleton. They're going to me Gafford and PJ Washington. Now, I will say that the Mavericks just won the championship, I think, again. So a lot of this doesn't make a lot of sense, but you know what? All in all, it's not the worst trade in the world. Let's pretend that like Dallas just disappointed the playoffs, I guess, and they're looking to make a shakeup. Like, this is definitely something that could, in theory, happen. In all likelihood, it wouldn't. They are getting a first-round pick off of us as well. One of the only like pick swaps we have left, I guess. So Gafford and Washington is going to be the new additions here in Milwaukee. So that is what we're going to do here. We'll live with that. So welcome both of you. I mean, obviously those two additions to Dallas were amazing. So we're going to go all in, and we have Gafford and Capella as a center rotation, which I feel great about. And then you have Portis and Washington as a powerful rotation. And then our small forward spot definitely becomes a little questionable, but you could move Terrence Mann. Maybe Beauchamp develops enough. Maybe Jax develops enough. I mean, obviously, also you could also move Giannis to small forward, or one of these other guys to small forward. So like PJ Washington could move there and be our starter. Although I will say PJ Washington 2K kind of sucks. Not gonna lie, it's kind of disappointing unless they've changed that. But he's usually been pretty horrendous. Yeah, 30% from 3, 10 points per game. So, not great. I'm not sure I want him to be a starter, to be honest with you. I think I'd rather have him come off the bench, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, I might play Giannis at the 3, I guess, and then have Washington come off the bench. I don't really want him to be a starter, weirdly enough. So I think that's what we'll do. And that will be our offseason. So we trade Middleton to make a sign-and trade. I don't think we can do much of anything else. We can get like Monty Morris, I guess, for a backup point guard spot. That's about all we can really do. We have LeVert, which actually wouldn't be too bad to go for. So maybe we should get LeVert as well in this building. So just get the best talent available, and we'll get LeVert on top of what we already have. All right, I like it. Play progression. Let's see what this is looking like. So yeah, you do have Dame and Giannis starting to regress. So we definitely are running out of time here. And then Washington also regressed, which is why I didn't really want him to be a starter, obviously. And then Monte Morris progressed, interesting enough, and man. And then Beauchamp at Ajax. They developed, but I'm not sure if they're ready to be in the rotation fully. But we'll go into this next season feeling decent about our chances. I think we've done a decent job. I know this video probably is going to be very long because Giannis and Dame have such a small window for us to win a championship. But I think we've done all that we could so far. We got to cut one player here, and that's going to have to be Cody Zeller. We're going to have to eat this contract. We did get it from Atlanta, but I mean, if there's one guy I got to cut, it's got to be Cody Zeller out of all those options. So, all right, I'm feeling decent about that. And now we go in this next season with the optimism that everything we've done up to this point will pay off. So Taylor Jenkins, new head coach. We brought in Karis LeVert, brought in Washington Gafford. We're ranked power fourth, number 4. So let's just see what this is about to look like. So here's a rotation. You got Dame, Gary Trent again, Giannis, Bobby Portis, Capella, Gafford, Washington, LeVert, and then Terrence Mann and Monte Morris. So to me, this looks like a pretty good rotation. I'm very happy with it. We can shrink the bench utilization down. And yeah, so well, hopefully this team can go on to win like 50 or so games, be a top 3 seed in the East, and be exactly where we want to be as a team trying to compete for a championship. So Shea wins MVP at the end of this second season, but we got everything we asked for. I said I wanted to be a top 3 seed. I wanted to win 50 games, and we did just that. Now, will that pay off at a championship? That obviously remains to be seen. But whatever we did, it seemed to have worked because the team really played well. I mean, we won 55 games or something like that. So we won 52 games, but Indiana and New York was above us. Winning 52 games feels great. We're Orlando in round 1. Which they're going to match up fairly well against us. Of course, Orlando has a ton of size, so that should be interesting. But here are your player stats for the end of the season. You had 24 from Giannis, 21 from Dame, 12 from Gary Trent, 11 from LeVert, and 11 from Bobby Portis. So to me, this feels like it. Like, if we can't win a championship right now, I don't know if we'll be able to win one in this video, if I'm honest with you. Like, because Giannis and Dame are going to regress. Like, Giannis can stay, but I might have to be faced with the decision of trading Damian Lillard, which I don't want to do. But and he has a player option that he could decline in theory. But yeah, when you're in this situation and not a whole lot to work with, like, this is the best roster that I possibly could have, I think, put together with what we had. And you could argue that some of the things I did would probably be something they really couldn't do in real life. So, yeah, not a whole lot of optimism for Milwaukee to fix this roster. But game 1 is going to go to us starting off, which is great. They even it up, though. Game 3 goes to them. So, again, we lose in round 1, which, you know what we'll do really quickly is we find ourselves already down. Not great. So let's see if we can even this series up in Simcast because Simcast is my best friend, right? So let's see if we can do that. So far, they've had the lead, but can we steal it at the end is the question. Right on their tail, and no, we find ourselves down 3-1 to the Bucks. All right, this does not feel great. So let's see if we can come back from 3-1 or if we're just going to be done for. I did mention Orlando had a ton of size matchup against us, but we do win game 5, so we're not dead in the water just yet. We win game 6. Things become fairly interesting after that, but it is a game 6 we have to win. Backs against the wall. We've had the lead majority of this game, but does not matter as long as you blow it at the end. So 8-point lead with 1:08 left. We hang on for a game 7. I think we might have done it. The game 7 heading our way, which feels good because we were down 3-1. So one more game. If we get this win, we go up against a team that has had our number, but we got to win this one first off. So again, we've had the lead majority of the game, but that could change in an instant. And we have a really good lead here down the stretch, and we are going to escape round 1. That was massive because if we would have lost round 1, don't know where I would have taken this video after that. But we escape round 1 measly, and now we get Indiana, who has had our number the last 2 seasons. So this time the stakes going to be higher because this is round 2. So this will be interesting to see if we can take them down in round 2. All right, this is time to get revenge if we can finally get it against this Pacers squad. They are up 1-0 to start things off, and we even it up. So get 1 in Indiana. Hopefully we can take care of both games at home, and we find ourselves in an even series. All right, this is where we start simcasting this best of 3. They have 2 games at home in this best of 3. We've had the lead here for a lot of the game. Can we hang on to it? That was the question. And it looks like we are going to win this game 5. So take them back to Milwaukee for game 6. This is massive. They want to put LeVert in, it seems, in the starting 5. I guess we do it because Gary Trent is cold as ice right now. So here we go. Game 6 to get to the conference finals. Can we do it? Looking okay right now, but it's going to be a close one. If we hang on, we're going to a game 6. Or sorry, we're going to the conference finals. But if they win, we're going to a game 7. So what do we do here? Wow, this is as close as it can be. We watched the end of this, I think. 1:13 left. This is massive. Like, this is a huge part of this video. We got to win this and get to the next round because, you know, Milwaukee paid for all this. So here we go. They have the ball. We're down, or they're up, or sorry, we're up 3. All right, here we go. You got Isaiah Jackson inbounding the ball. He's going to give it to Halliburton. Dame's going to be guarding him. Damian Lillard. We have Capella and Gafford on the floor right now. Capella's there down low. We get a, oh, wow. Wow. We have 2 centers on the floor, and Halliburton got the offensive rebound. We have Giannis, Capella, and Gafford all on the floor together, and we let Halliburton get the offensive board. That is disastrous. All right, well, we are only up 1 now. Giannis is going to take this ball to the rack and is going to lay it up. 115-118. That is a privilege and a luxury to have Giannis Antetokounmpo. But Halliburton's going to bring the ball up. I don't know why 2K is so obsessed with having like 2 centers on the floor at all times, bro. This isn't 20-10 or whatever. So here we go. LeVert is going to have the ball. He's going to take it to the rack, and he is going to convert it. And now we're up 5 with 36 seconds left. No need to take out the clock. Instead, we're just going to rush to the basket. We've hit 2 layups with LeVert and Giannis, and now Halliburton is going to try to take Dame to school, and Dame is there. And just like that, that will be a foul on Milwaukee for LeVert to go to the free throw line. We should be up 7 if he makes both of these, and he will miss the first one. Okay, well, 6 feels good still if he can make the second one, and he does just that. So 115-121, and now we have ourselves an interesting 26 seconds. As long as we can get one more stop, this game should be all but over, but a 3 makes things interesting. We just got to keep making our free throws. So here we go. Indiana's going to inbound the ball. Let's see what they drew up. We got our starters on the floor now, it looks like. So they're going to give it to Halliburton in the mid, and Halliburton's going to try to take it to the rack. He's double teamed. We do have a wide open Benedict Mathurin, and Mathurin's going to not make us pay. That is your ball game. We are headed to the conference finals. Let's go. So now we wait either Toronto or New York. I think I'd rather have the Toronto Raptors, if I'm honest with you, because I just feel like we can beat them. But, you know, you never know. We get New York instead, and that would be an interesting matchup. So here goes nothing. Yo, Toronto, you want to clutch up and beat the Knicks? They do. Okay, so we get Toronto instead of the Knicks, which feels great. So now Milwaukee and Toronto in the conference finals to get to the NBA finals. I mean, it's always the teams that I don't feel intimidated by that beat me, so I'm not going to completely rule the idea out of losing to this team, but we should, in theory, beat this team if I had to guess. 1-0, starting off great. 2-0, so far so good. 2-1. Go up 3-1, please. Yep. And we win game 5. Nope. Game 6. So let's start simcasting the rest of these because we need to take care of business. I don't want to see him game 7. I really don't. I feel like this is a team we should just be beating the hell out of. Toronto, it looks good. Like, it looks decent, but it's not good enough to beat us, I think. But that could change in a flick of a second. But we have a really good lead here, and I think we're going to the finals. So we are going to the NBA Finals, 116-1095. And now we get OKC or Minnesota. And it is going to be the Timberwolves. So Timberwolves, Milwaukee in your finals. This would be a very fun NBA Finals. Can't wait to see how this plays out. So Portis is cold, which doesn't feel great. Ice cold right now. I need you to turn that around. So here goes nothing to get a championship over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Game 1 goes to them. They won it. They won by 13. They're up 2-0 just like that. That was 2 games in Minnesota, and they're going to start off hot in the first quarter. Are we going to get swept by the Timberwolves? Maybe, unless we get back in this, and we're not going to. We're going down 3-0. So we get to the finals just to lose to Minnesota, unfortunately, and we got to fix the rotation up a little bit, it looks like. So we got guys getting cold in the playoffs when we need it the most. But all right, game 4. To extend the series to a game 5, 3-0. It's a massive deficit to come back from. We came back 3-1 earlier. It looks like we're going to at least force a game 5. So that's nice, at least. We'll see if that, gets us to a game 6. We got to win game 6. But they're going to start off here with the lead, but we get back in it. I don't know, man. It's there for the taking. I forget what game we're in right now. I don't know why. We are going to win game 5, and now we go to a game 6. Okay, so it was game 5. But all right, if we win game 6, we go to a game 7. I mean, holy crap. I did not mean to click simulate through game, but we just beat and forced a game 7. We were down 3-0, and we have forced a game 7. The stakes could not be higher, man. The stakes could not get any higher. Let's make sure our best rotation is at the front. Our starting 5 for this Game 7 showdown. All right, man. Lock in. I need you to lock in, Milwaukee. Do you complete the 3-0 comeback? We have the lead right now, but it is a very close game. Very, very close. I need this to be as close as possible down the stretch. We have a really good lead right now. Holy moly, it's going to be a 5-point game. Let's watch the end of this. 99-97 to come back from 3-0 to win a freaking championship. Come on, baby. Lock in. All right, I'm not going to play this out. I feel like this is just too high stakes for me. We're going to watch this play out. I can't be the one that chokes this. I got to watch the CPU do it for me. Or please, or clutch up, obviously. All right, we're up 2 right now. Okay, we got Giannis. We got PJ Washington out here. So we're going to get a screen. And Giannis is going to shoot a 3. Okay. Not going to go in. Not the shot I'd want to see Giannis take, if I'm honest with you, obviously. Dillingham is going to try to take it to the basket. I thought he could maybe pass it to DiVincenzo, cut in the basket. We got Edwards, Washington guarding him. Not terrible. All right, so yeah, I mean, Edwards is just different, man. It's 2 minutes left, 99-99. I mean, this is as good as it gets, right? Like, this is as good as it could possibly get for an ending of a video, or not even the ending of a video, but just like game 7 in general. So here we go. This is cinema right here. Now it's a tie game. We're gonna give it to Giannis down low. He's gonna get double teamed, but he's not gonna. I thought he was gonna dunk in their faces, bro. But all right, instead, Edwards is going to take it to the basket. Edwards is showing up when it's needed most, and Giannis is not right now. We are down 2. All right, Giannis is going to take it to the basket again. McDaniels is guarding him, and Giannis cannot make a freaking basket right now. Oh my goodness, 1 shot from Edwards, and this is all but over, I think. And okay, mid-range. He settles for a mid-range. Okay, he bailed us out there. If he would have taken that to the basket. So he's gonna give it to Dame this time. Back to Giannis. Edwards guarding him. Giannis, can you please do something here? Okay, we'll tie it up. 101-101. Needed that. Giannis dunks it on Edwards. That was massive. It's 119 and 101-101 with 1:19 left. All right, Edwards has the ball. Is that Mike Conley still playing? I thought he'd be retired by now. Okay, so Edwards gonna shoot a mid-range and he's gonna sink it. 101-103. Giannis is gonna take the ball up. Let's see what we're going to do here. Gonna give it to Dame, maybe? Nope. He's going to hold on to this ball for as long as possible. Going to get a screen for Bobby Portis. Giannis, please don't settle for a jumper. Oh, my goodness. This looks like a disaster. Nope, he sinks it. 103-103. All right, Giannis is taking the ball and not passing it at all. You know what? He's our best player. Screw it. Edwards is going to try to make something happen on Gary Trent. And Edwards is going to shoot a mid-range, and it falls out. 38 seconds left. It is our ball. Tie game. Damian Lillard's going to have the ball. He's going to give it to Gary Trent. He's going to give it to Giannis. Giannis, you have a lane to the basket. It felt like he had a lane there. But instead, he settles it down. I don't like where this is going right now. He's going to give it to Gary Trent. Trent, 3. He takes the lead. 106 to 103. That was massive. Gary Trent. Holy moly. But there's 20 seconds left on the clock. That was amazing. Gary Trent with the clutchest basket I've ever seen in my life on 2K. All right, Anthony Edwards. Oh, he's going to give it to Conley in the corner. Conley's going to take the quick score. That's fine. We can play the free throw game. Now, this should be going to Dame for the free throws. Please do not give it to Giannis for the free throws. Okay, thank you. 2K makes sense for a second. All right, so give it back to Dame for the free throws. Because they're going to have to play the... Oh, my goodness. Please don't give it to Giannis. Please don't give it to Giannis for the free throws. Dame, get the ball. Please, Damian Lillard. They give it to Giannis, bro. Oh, boy. Okay, well, Giannis... Just got to make one to make it a 2-point game. That's all I'm asking for. He makes the first one. Okay, 107, 105. Make the second one. That'd be even better. Can you make the second one? Let's see. And he's going to miss that one. The 2-point game. Edwards can tie this up. And I feel like he's going to, if I had to guess. Or he could take the lead with the 3. Bobby Porter's guarding him. He's going to give it to McDaniels. They're going to give it to Randall down low with the mismatch. Randall's going to... Oh, my goodness. You know what? Respect. The fact that Randall made that, that was probably the worst shot I would have ever seen taken. And Randall just sinked that. I was like, bro, that was terrible. And it still goes in. You know what? I'm jumping in. I'm calling it audible here. I'm going to come in and I'm making this happen. I'm giving this to Dame. I'm giving this to Dame with the game on the line. Where's Damian Lillard? I'm giving this to freaking Dame with the game on the line. Get in the corner, Dame. Screw it. Slightly late. Oh, my goodness. Okay. 107, 107. Can't be mad. We're going to OT. Ah, goodness, bro. I don't understand why we're inbounding it to Giannis right there, bro. I would have rather seen them try to take a 3. Randall, the fact that Randall made that is crazy too, by the way. All right, well. Start of overtime. I'm nervous for this one. We're obviously going to simcast a little bit. I'm not going to play this whole overtime and not simcast live. What am I doing? All right, let's jump in. Simcast. All right, slow this down like crazy. And let's see if we can win this game or not. So we take the lead. I have a 4-point lead right now. Looks good. 115, 109. 4-point game, 5-point game. All right, so the 3-point game. Let's jump in and watch this. Or we could play this out. No, I'm not going to play it out. Which, like I said, stakes are too high for me to play. Just watch what happens. So we have a 5-point lead now. Okay, so we 118, 113 just scored, I guess. All right. They're going to give it to Randall. Randall's going to give it to Conley. And Edwards is going to get the ball here soon, I had to guess. They just keep playing pass it back right now. And Edwards, ooh, okay. I think he could have taken that to the lane, but he decided against it. And now we have the ball with a 5-point lead. Edwards settles for mid-range. Capella's about to screen for Dame. Nope. Giannis is still out here. I was about to say, is Giannis here? Yeah, he is. He's going to get the ball. Giannis, what do you want to do here? You got McDaniels guarding you. He's going to give it to Capella down low. Capella is going to miss that. All right, so minute 22. Not the best offensive possession I've ever seen. If I was on... Randall is going to dunk it. It's 118 to 115. All right, we need a better offensive possession. It's a 3-point game now. I don't know why we're going to Capella in that moment. That was kind of dumb. Giannis, mid-range, it goes in. 120 to 115. All right. Anthony Edwards is going to have the ball. 5-point game. Screen Rudy Gobert. He's going to shoot a 3. And he's going to get fouled. Gary Trent fouls him on the 3. Okay. He's going to miss the first one, though. So, okay. Wow. That's pretty clutch. But at least he didn't do an and 1 3. That would have been really bad. But it's going to be a 3-point game, if I had to guess, assuming he makes this one. And he does just that. 3-point game. 2 timeouts for both teams left. This is the most insane Game 7 I've ever watched. I don't know if I should say that. There definitely has been crazy Game 7s. But Damian Lillard has the ball. Got to give this to Giannis down low here. They're going to double team. Someone's going to be open. Giannis, take the open shot. And he just tries to shoot it instead. Edwards could tie this game up with a 3. Instead, he's going to take it to the mid, and he is going to make that. It's 120 to 119. Man, our clutch, our offense has just been non-existent right now. All right, Giannis. All right, I mean, we gotta make this. If we allow the Timberwolves to take this ball back, okay, that should be a basket. There we go. 122, 119. It's a 3-point game. All right, 3-point game. 22 seconds left on the clock. That was a massive bucket by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Man, this is going a long time. Not gonna lie, I might end the video on this if we secure this, which that's a big if right now. All right, so they're going to give it to Edwards down low. Edwards is going to not settle for a 3. He's going to instead take it to the basket and is going to make it a 1-point game. Please, for the love of everything I know, give me get it to Dame, please. Get it to Dame. Thank you. And we're going to oh my goodness. Do I have to inbound this to Damian Lillard? Do I really have to do that? No, Dame is ready for the ball, so we're good. So Dame should get the ball here. Or Gary Trent's not bad either, but Dame is going to get the ball. So that's massive. This is the guy who shooting the free throws. Not Giannis earlier. All right. Make this a 3-point game again. If you can make both of these. He's going to make the first one. There we go. All right. And the second one is going to bounce out, but Capel with a huge offensive board. Now he will be the one that's fouled. Okay, well. I mean, just make one. That's all I'm asking for. He's going to make the first one. If you make the second one, though, that makes us a happy man as well. And it's going to bounce in. They're going to call their final timeout. It's a 4-point game. Oh boy, this is insane, guys. We got ourselves a massive game 7 here. All right. Well, Minnesota's going to inbound it. Who do they want? Of course, it's going to be number 5. Edwards is going to get the ball. And it's going to go to Edwards here. Edwards deep 3. That was good defense by Trent, and that should be all she wrote. Giannis has to make 1, and it's going to be a 6-point or a 5-point game. All right. Come on. Make this, and it's going to bounce out. All right. Well, they have no timeouts left. Just make the second one. Come on. 5-point game right here. Yep, there we go. 126 to 121. Going to give it to Conley. Is Conley about to shoot like a mid-range? Or, sorry, a half-court? Why are we giving it to Gobert? Randall 3. It's going in. Okay. 0.6 seconds left on the clock, though. 0.6 seconds left on the clock. All right. I can handle something in 0.6 seconds. Come on now. We're going to call our final timeout. I'm going to jump in to secure this game for us. All right. So, I'm giving it to Dame. They're going to foul, or if they're even going to have time. We just got to literally get the ball in bounds. And they're going to foul. There's 0.2 left on the clock. I mean, we got to make one of these, and then we are, make one. We should be good. So, first one is going to be early, and it's going to go in regardless. So, yeah. Now they have to hit a full court shot. Low-key, I might just miss this on purpose. Yeah, so that's game. Boom! Just like that. That was your ball game. We are going to win a championship and get Dame and Giannis a ring. It only took us 1 offseason to do it. And the fact that that went so long, that game 7 went so long, I think I'm going to end it on a good note. Which is, I don't know. Like, I guess I could do another season in theory, but there's no way we win next year. Dame is about to regress even more. Like, this was our year to win, and we did it. We did it. So I'm gonna end it on that note, guys, because like if I go another year, there's no way we win. There's 0 chance, I feel like. So yeah, we'll take that as a W. We get Giannis and Dame a ring together in Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is gonna be holding the trophy, I guess. All right. Dame's in the background with Daniel Gafford and Giannis celebrating. I'm gonna end on that note, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. First video of the week ends up being a banger. That was a massive Game 7 gameplay. That was awesome. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.